Hey, what's up you guys? I'm Sara Lubratt and welcome back to episode 2 of Finish the Effing Draft, which is my new vlog series because I was getting tired of working on Project DE, and so calling working on this last part of draft 6 of Project DE Finish the Effing Draft makes me feel like I'm working on something new. If you want to enjoy this video, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you're not already. And now you guys have already read the title, let's just get into it. Hey, what's up you guys? Happy Monday. It is like 3:15. Probably one of the best parts about working for myself has been the fact that I can take like slower mornings. Like I wake up when I wake up, and I normally wake up before my alarm. Today it was a little earlier because therapy was earlier than it normally is. But I wake up somewhere between like 10 and 11 on most days, sometimes closer to like 9 or 9:30. And then where some people can take their leisure time after work, I take my leisure time before I begin working. I'm still out of breath from my workout. I tend to take relatively easy mornings. I watch some YouTube, I have my breakfast, I go work out. I just got back from my workout. I had therapy earlier today. And then in the afternoon is often when I begin my work. So we are going to start working here shortly. Today is a Monday, so I do have my writing group today, but I can't see the mountains. The air quality is so bad today that I don't know if I want to leave my building. So I'm not totally sure if I'm actually going to go to my writing group or not. I just want to show you guys the air quality. As much as I love Utah, in Salt Lake City, we do live in a valley between two sets of mountains. And so there are no mountains visible today because the air quality is so bad. When it gets colder, they call it like an inversion, where all of the smog comes down and gets trapped between the mountains. And that's currently what's happening. So I did try to take it kind of easy in my workout just because I didn't want to breathe too hard with the air quality being so bad. But all of that being said, I don't know if I'm going to go to my writing group or not yet. If I'm feeling good later and I don't have a headache, I probably will. But I also want to be nice to myself because I normally get headaches when it's really smoggy. But now that we're like mid-afternoon, I'm going to start on some freelancing work to get ahead of that for the day so that I can write with peace of mind later on. Freelanced for about an hour and a half, and then I snacked, and then I just got back from the grocery store. And I don't think I'm going to start my dinner yet, but I needed something for dinner, hence going to the grocery store. And it's always a good idea to get out of my apartment more than a couple of times in a day if I possibly can. I don't think I'm going to go to my writing group tonight, though the air quality is just so gross that I really don't want to go outside. So I think I'm just going to stay in tonight, get some more work done, hopefully get some writing done. In my last episode, aka the first episode of Finishing the Effing Draft or Finish the Effing Book, I was working with like the rough schedule or outline of 3 hours of freelancing and 2 hours of editing. And I have a feeling that today is going to be more freelancing than that, but we are just going to start with the baseline of 3 hours. That way I can like check it off, feel good about it, and then whatever is above that is great. It is now 7:10. I just finished up 2.5 hours of freelancing done for today, and I think it's time to start making dinner. This freelancing order I'm working on is taking a very long time. Like I think it's gonna end up taking me like 4 times as long as I have my Fiverr orders currently priced. And so because of that, I raised my pricing last night because I have had a couple orders that take so much more time than they're supposed to that I just need to start charging more, because when this happens, I don't get paid accurately for my time. Dinner is well underway and should be done here shortly. It is now 8:17 and I'm sitting at 3.5 hours of freelancing done for the day, which is feeling really good. I will probably do at least another hour. At least. We'll see what happens. I finished eating dinner and then I heated up a couple of the cookies that I made a couple nights ago. I made almond butter blossoms, which are my favorite Christmas cookie. I made a big batch of them over the weekend and I've been giving them out to my friends and neighbors. But of course I had to save a good majority of them for myself. And then after that, I finished watching through the YouTube video that I want to post tomorrow. And that is currently being uploaded. And then as soon as it's uploaded, I will schedule it for again, posting in the morning. And despite it being December 18th, I still have one more Christmas gift I need to order for my niece. So this is not sponsored. I have no affiliation with this company, but I found a really cute. It is so freaking cute, and I've been putting this off and only just tonight finished reading through all of the page possibilities. So now that I've put them all in a certain order, I need to read through and make sure that they work in that order. And then I need to get this ordered because it is, again, December 18th. But I'm really excited about this gift. So I vlogged yesterday, and then last night I kept working on Fiverr stuff until 1 in the morning. And I ended up getting a lot done yesterday, but then I considered just deleting all of my vlog footage from yesterday because I never got around to writing. And I was like, oh, I can just like restart the vlog tomorrow, which is now today. And I decided not to do that because this is a part of what's going on in my life. And I would say that this week is a heavier Fiverr week than normal. And again, I haven't been doing Fiverr work in a little while, so that's up for debate anyways. But I was getting really frustrated with the Fiverr order that I was working on last night. On Fiverr, I charge per 10,000 words. And this has worked more or less pretty well for me, but the way that I've priced it has been expecting to do those 10,000 words in blank number of hours. This project took me 4 times as long as I priced for, which could have very easily been handled if I had done the thing that my therapist has told me to do before, which is ask for a sample before I accept like an order. And of course I have not started doing that. And now after this project, because this is the first project back after my break from Fiverr, it's projects like this that make me burn out on Fiverr because I'm not getting paid for like an accurate use of my time. This buyer found me through Fiverr and not through YouTube or Instagram. I have that question on my intake form, but just to like prove my point, this was an 18,000 word long manuscript. I made just under 4,000 revisions. I was like rewriting sentences because the sentence structure was wrong. They were missing pretty much every possible A, an, and the. And all of this could have very simply been fixed if I had just asked for a sample before I accepted the work. And then I wouldn't have had to spend 4 times as long on a price that I underpriced essentially. So I am kind of frustrated. And for context, 4,000 revisions, I think I've done once on a full-length manuscript of like 100,000 words. So even for books like 5 times as long as this manuscript, I don't make that many revisions. So I'm frustrated. I have been awake for 2 hours now, and it's 10:18 in the morning. Crazy, I know. I woke up at like 8:20 today. I have no idea why. It's not like I went to bed early last night. Again, I was working on Fiverr stuff until like 1 in the morning. I ended up freelancing yesterday for like close to 6 hours, I think, plus some YouTube work and working out and therapy. So it felt like a very, very busy day. And when I go to track my time doing things, I track like the dedicated amount of time working to something. So for example, when I like sit down to write for 2 hours, I know that that writing is probably not going to fill the entire 2 hours unless I'm at my writing group. I'll probably, work for 20 minutes, take like a 10-15 minute break, work for 30 minutes, take a 10 to 15 minute break, etc. and so forth. So saying that I did a full 6 hours of freelancing yesterday means that that was like 6 hours of just working on Fiverr stuff, which honestly feels like too much. And I am, like I said, kind of frustrated today, but this is part of what's going on in my life. And so I didn't want to delete the footage. I am hoping that now that I have finished this, I still have to send it back. But now that I've finished this today, I am hoping that I can just go easy on myself for the rest of the day. I might drive to the gym that's not close just to like get out of my apartment and away from this project for a little bit. And then I'm hoping that I will get to write later today. I think I can probably prioritize writing if I'm not prioritizing this Fiverr order specifically. And I already asked for an extension for my next Fiverr order that I have due just to like give myself a little bit of space between this one and that one. So that's the update. Joy. However, when I started working this morning, I was working in bed because it was, 8:20 in the morning. There's no reason for me to get up that early or like out of bed that early. And then I came out into my living room and we have had absolutely awful air quality for the last couple days. And then I came out of my room and I can see the mountains today. What a wonderful sight. That actually really made my day. I just sat down to send this back to the person that ordered it. And I normally type out something with my thoughts and everything just to give some kind of overview on, my thoughts on their manuscript and everything. And I just wrote one sentence and it is not very kind. Not that it isn't kind, it just isn't super gracious. So I'm gonna have to draft my response and then go through and edit it because this is kind of ridiculous. I know I can be nice and I know that my eventual response that I send back will be nice, but oh yeah. Well, it's finally submitted and I'm really happy to be done with it. Okay, it is now 12:30. I am feeling much more relaxed, much calmer. I've already gotten so much work done today. I've been up for 4 hours and I know this is a normal thing for some people, but I just feel like I'm getting so much done today because I'm up earlier than I'm used to being up, but I've already done some social media work for my clients. I finished that Fiverr order. It took me like an hour and a half. I posted and promoted the first episode in this like YouTube vlog series that I'm doing called Project Finish the Effing Book or Finish the Effing Draft. And I'm literally calling it that just because I'm so tired of saying that I'm working on draft 6 of Project DE. That saying that I'm doing like, oh, Project Finish the Effing Draft. It kind of makes me feel like I'm working on something new, or at least I get to call it something new. And I'm hoping that that will also kind of give me the motivation to not let this drag on forever if I'm making like a series about it, because I don't want to do this series forever. I would like to make this a somewhat limited series. But anyways, I watched that video when that went up. I had my breakfast. I had to take care of some stuff for my changing healthcare plan for next year. And then I spent a while planning a YouTube collab that's coming soon, which I'm excited about. And then I got ready for the gym. And I was not expecting to drive to the gym today, but we are going to the gym. We're gonna hit a great leg workout. Honestly, the reason that I'm going to the gym today is because I want to go sit in the sauna. And as I was getting ready for the gym, I actually remembered why I woke up early this morning. And you know how like when you have a dream, you kind of like forget it when you first wake up and then sometimes it comes back to you later on. I had a dream that the podcast that I have not yet put out, the podcast that I'm working on and am hoping to start releasing episodes in like the early-ish new year. I'm kind of thinking February. I had a dream that the podcast charted on Spotify as one of the best business podcasts of 2024. And it is definitely an artsy podcast, and it's not like a bro-y like business podcast. And so I think I just woke up really excited today and just couldn't go back to sleep. I have no idea if that would happen or not, but everyone that I have talked to about the concept of the podcast has absolutely loved it. And so I'm really hoping that it's going to be a success. And I don't necessarily qualify success as having the podcast hit some kind of chart or be rated or whatever, but it would be really cool. So anyways, that's why I got up early today. Now that I am more zen after submitting that Fiverr order that was, you know, really not making me happy, I'm really excited about my workout. I'd potentially like to finish up a round of edits on a freelancing thing I'm doing that's not on Fiverr. I'm not allowed to talk about. I will be able to tell you guys about it next year at some point. And then I know I have dinner plans, and then hopefully I will be able to do some writing after the gym or this evening. I actually think I'm gonna bring my computer. I don't know if I will want to do work and the cafe of my gym, but I am going much earlier than I normally go, and I normally go at the time I go at just so that I can like barely get back before traffic starts. And so I will have like an extra hour before that traffic time begins. So I'm gonna bring my computer just in case I get the inspiration to stay there and work for a little bit. I love Utah. I really, 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 really do. I've been to a lot of really beautiful places in Utah. I moved out here for the hiking. I have vlogged a lot of the really beautiful hiking that I've been able to go on, and some of the really great skiing that I've been able to do, but the winter inversions are gross. Well, it looks like the air quality is clearing up, which is fantastic. Sitting in the sauna made me feel really good. I did decide not to work in the cafe because I'm hungry and kind of just want to be home and showered and not sweaty anymore before I get to work again. But I am glad that I brought my computer with me, because if I didn't have my computer with me, I probably would have wanted to work here. So having my computer with me allowed me to make that choice. After the gym earlier, I just kind of hung out until my dinner plans. And then after my dinner plans, I just kind of hung out, and now it's 12:30 in the morning. If I wasn't filming a vlog for Finish the Effing Draft episode 2, I probably wouldn't write tonight. I would probably go to bed, because again, I woke up at 8:20 today. That is way earlier than I normally do, and I feel like I want to go to bed. But that's not what we're going to do. We're trying to finish this draft. Kindly to myself, we're still leaving lots of space for kindness. We're still being really gentle on me. I could write for like half an hour. And so I think that's what I'm going to do. The last thing I was working on was rewriting 3 chapters for one of the POVs in this book. There are 3 POVs. Project DE is a high fantasy story told from 3 points of view, which I literally just said. And one of these perspectives, I like the way it starts fine enough. I honestly might change it. Joy. But basically, after I enjoy the fine enough part, kind of like the middle part of this character's storyline just dies out for me. And it's like early middle, it's not like late middle. Late middle it gets better, but like early middle it was just really bland. And so I scrapped 3, honestly it was probably more than 3 chapters, it was probably like 5 chapters several drafts ago, and just have not rewritten these chapters until draft 6. So that has been sitting blank and empty with just like, oh, add a chapter for so-and-so. And we're finally doing that now that we're in draft 6. In episode 1 I finished the effing draft. I went ahead and did a little bit of outlining for these new 3 chapters that I was writing. And so I'm just gonna go back in and do 30 minutes of work. 30-ish minutes. Again, we're going to start with 30, see where we end up. If it really is just 30 minutes, I have done a lot today. I finished that fiber order that I was really fighting. So I will be very happy with just doing 30 minutes this evening. Also, the person that I returned the fiber order to has rated me, and I'm scared to rate them back and leave feedback on them just in case it's really negative, which I'm sure it wouldn't be. But I'm worried that I spent so much time and energy working on this fiber order that the worst case scenario in my brain is I spent all this time and the person is going to review me poorly, which they shouldn't. I made their book so much better. I just, that's a fear. And if I don't rate them back, I think I get to see in like 3 or 5 days or something. I know I should just get it over with. I also have to send an email. I keep forgetting to do that. I should probably send the email first. Completely unrelated. About something else, but I need to send an email and then I'll do 30 minutes of DE. The email was sent. I still need to look over 2 documents. I'm not going to do that until tomorrow. And I told them that I was going to look over them tomorrow and then get back to them again. But I responded. They know that I'm interested, whatever, moving forward. And now it is 12:42 and we are going to write for half an hour. I ended up writing for half an hour like I was expecting to, and wrote about 800 words. And I think it's just because this concept of needing to rewrite these chapters has existed for literal drafts that I've had plenty of time to think about it. And where I left off last time, I had kind of like written something with a question mark, and apparently my brain's been working on it because I sat down and words were flowing. And I really like the idea of it because I think it's going to be something mentioned that comes back in a later book, which I'm excited about. And then I worked on a video for my social media clients for 20 minutes. And now it's 1:36 in the morning and I want to have a cookie or some pineapple and then go to bed. Hopefully tomorrow will bring more writing. Someone DM'd me today about my last vlog and was like, did I see you eating chicken? I thought you were vegetarian. And I just want to make it very clear that even if I do not specifically say that something that I'm eating, it's vegan. I'm about to hit my 9-year vegan anniversary. So these almond butter blossoms are peanut-free and vegan because I can't do peanuts, and they taste delicious and incredible. They have a slightly softer flavor than a peanut butter blossom would just because of the nature of almond butter versus peanut butter. But I'm gonna have a couple of these and then I'm gonna go to bed. Happy Wednesday. It is Wednesday afternoon now. I have done some Instagram work for myself. I have done an hour of freelancing for my social media clients, but now I'm getting ready to go to the gym and I don't know what I'm gonna do after. I don't know if I'm gonna jump straight into writing or if I'm gonna do other freelancing work. It would probably be wise if I set a goal for the day, but my Wednesday nights also tend to be social evenings where I get to go see 2 of my really good friends, and they have not confirmed whether or not that's happening yet, so I don't really want to set goals if I might not be able to hit those goals. So I'm not going to worry about it right now. We're going to go work out and then I'll figure it out. Just got back from the gym, still a little bit breathless. It's 3:10. I need to do some more work for my social media client. Is that a hole in the wall? No, it's just a dent. Okay, that looks bad on camera. I need to do some work for my social media client, and then I might go to the library or just get out of my space in some way because I'm just kind of feeling like I'm not going to be the most productive sitting in here today, but I will figure that out after I get the social media stuff done. Did hear back that I have an open evening tonight because my social plans are not happening, which is honestly kind of a relief because today's Wednesday. I'm leaving town on Friday for like 2 weeks, and I am kind of worried about my plants during that time, but that's not the concern we're talking about. This will give me time to wrap up the things I want to wrap up, get my apartment ready for me to be out of town for a while, and pack. And then hopefully leaving for Christmas will be like a nice step back from things. So that's kind of what we're hoping. I'm gonna get the social media work done and then we'll move forward. All right, it's 6:10, we're going to the library. And by we, I mean the royal we, me, myself, and I. Did I just say meing and not being? Either way, going to the library. like cry and I don't really know why. I haven't had a library card since I was like 14. Why do library cards just feel so magical? And like, because it feels this magical, why didn't I get one sooner? I've been to the public library system in the past to write, and I just never got a library card? And I know I obviously didn't, but now I'm like, why didn't I? Because like, that was such a fun feeling. This feels really special. I've been to that library a couple times during the day, and it seemed like a little chaotic during the day. It was much calmer at night, and there was something like so peaceful about it being like dark outside and everything. Like, I didn't feel rushed to be anywhere. I just felt like very comfortable, very cozy, and very creative sitting between the bookshelves, and honestly just had like a really lovely time. And I obviously got the library card, which was a really cool feeling. So for the actual writing I did while I was there, I wrote for about 45 minutes, but it was a straight 45 minutes, which was pretty solid. And then I had to stop because my eyes were kind of like, why are we staring at a screen for this long? And so I had to like get up and walk around a little bit. But I worked a little bit on filling out those chapters that I'm rewriting. And then I went into the larger draft 6 document and I did the first pass of editing of a chapter. And then I started to move on to the next chapter and remembered that I have not edited the chapter prior to that one either yet, just because I might be taking a character out. And when I say that, I mean I might be taking a character out for the rest of the scenes in this character's POV, and I'm halfway through the book, which in and of itself will be a lot of rewriting if I have to take this person out. And I'm kind of going back and forth on it, because while I'm like 99% sure I will be cutting this character out of the story, he's also kind of why something happens right now, but other than that, he has no purpose. So it would be easier for me to or theoretically easier, honestly probably harder for me, but would make the story better if I took this character out and just came up with a different reason for the thing that happens that he currently causes that should just probably be caused by something else. And then I didn't want to start cutting him out of those chapters until I know how I'm going to replace that. Oh, I kind of brushed over that, didn't I? I am rewriting the ending. Not yet, but I will be. That is something I've been ignoring since the third draft when I got beta reader feedback on it, and somebody was like, hey, it doesn't do what I think you're trying to get it to do. And I was like, well, dang it. So I know that I will eventually need to do that, aka rewrite the ending of this book, which I did agree with my beta reader on that, but I was also disappointed that I wasn't wrong, you know? So that's the update. I did film a typing video when I was sitting in the library, which was honestly brilliant, and I didn't even think about it until I sat down and I was like, wait, this is perfect. And then of course my phone ran out of memory. So I only got like 32 minutes of footage, which I will probably loop for an hour. So basically I'll just play it twice to get tomorrow's YouTube video, which means that I need to get that footage from my phone to my computer, because it is now 7:51. I need to start listening through it so that I can prep that to post tomorrow. I need to start sort of packing for my trip, and so I'm just gonna start by gathering the books that I want to bring. And even though I haven't finished reading a book for fun in a little bit, I'm gonna bring 3 on my trip and hope that I actually read like 1+ of them, and hopefully I'm not just lugging around the weight for no reason. Just kidding. I think I'm gonna bring 4 books. I'm gonna bring the book that I got at the library, which is How to Slay a Dragon, a Fantasy Hero's Guide to the Real Middle Ages. This poetry collection from my friend Diane called In the Interest of Letting Go, which I have not read yet, but I am looking forward to. I'm gonna bring Fourth Wing, which I'm about halfway through reading. I don't know if you can see my little tab there. I know the Fourth Wing has been very controversial. I am enjoying it. I wouldn't say that it's like it's definitely not a really well-written book, but I have been enjoying the storyline. And then the 4th book that I would like to bring is The Comfort Crisis. I will link all of these books down in the description box if you are curious to check any of them out. Okay, I have been having computer problems for the last more than an hour at this point. It's 11:36 p.m. iMovie just decided to completely quit, and so I tried restarting my computer because that's normally what helps, and then it wouldn't reopen. So then I tried downloading the new iOS update, and that would just time out and not load. And so then I tried talking to Apple support online, and then the person disconnected with me before my problems were solved. And so now I have to go to the Genius Bar tomorrow afternoon. And I'm annoyed. I have other things I needed to be doing. And now I'm really nervous that my computer's gonna stop working. And my computer is how I do everything about my job and my creative work. So that would be really, really bad. I have been freelancing. It is now 1:18. I am going to make myself stop and go to bed so that I can be a responsible adult and go get my computer fixed tomorrow. I can do this. Happy Thursday. Because I've known that I have this Genius Bar appointment that I have to go to, I've been procrastinating. And it's one of those things where it's like, okay, well, like I even feel weird kind of eating breakfast right now because I have an appointment I have to be at in an hour and a half. Breakfast doesn't take me that long. I was able to have breakfast, I was able to get ready, and now I'm gonna head out. And I'm still gonna be ahead of time, and everything's gonna be fine. But I just have this like nagging feeling that I'm gonna be late, and that I was going to be late if I tried to like start working on something. I am trying to stay really optimistic about this appointment, but I am nervous that they're going to have to like uninstall iMovie, which is then going to make me lose a lot of footage that I've been working on and like gathering and working on for like months as I'm like building up to some things. Because I just like, as I work towards like some of my larger goals and stuff, the podcast being one of them, I've been like vlogging as I've been working on the podcast so that then I can make like a video about like, oh, like I'm launching a podcast, here's been some of the experience like leading up to it. And then of course, as soon as I transfer those clips from my phone to my computer, I delete them off of my phone. So if they have to uninstall iMovie and like change some things about my computer, I'm going to lose all of that footage. So I'm trying really hard to stay positive, but I'm getting kind of nervous because I, of course, have not listened to my own advice and have not like backed up my computer in a while. And then when I went to go try to back up my computer last night after all of this was happening, my external hard drives weren't working because I didn't have the updated iOS. So we're just gonna try and figure this out, and hopefully I didn't just lose a bunch of content that I've been working on. I am really glad with how much stuff I ended up getting done last night. I feel like I was able to cross off so many of my like little to-do list items that just felt like they were building up, and a lot of the things that I just needed to finish before I leave for Christmas so that I can have like a peaceful, calm time with my family. And at least accomplishing some of those things has allowed the space for me not to be too worried about spending this time having to go get my computer fixed. But I'm still worried about losing content. So I'm just gonna try and stay positive, and we will just hope for the best. That took 3 hours and 20 minutes, and my computer is broken. Not like actually broken, but the software is... Things need to stop beeping. Not like actually broken, but the software is broken, and so I can't use my computer for the next 2 days until I am around somebody, aka my family members, when I go home this weekend, to transfer my documents off of my computer so that they can wipe and reset my computer and then move stuff back over because my iCloud is maxed out. So I won't have access to my computer in any way, shape, or form in the next 2 days. And that's really stressful because I do everything on my computer. I mean, like, I don't ever use my TV, so I watch all of my Netflix and my YouTube on my computer. All of my freelancing is done on my computer. All of my writing is done on my computer. Like, it just feels really, really weird. And I just got the news. Like, I haven't even tried to go home yet and, like, you know, do stuff. I don't know what I'm going to do tonight, and I need to figure out how to log into my Fiverr account because I had somebody whose order is going to be due in a couple days, but if I can't finish their order because I don't have access to my computer... But then it's Christmas, and I feel, oh my gosh, I don't know. But now it's 5. I don't know if I said this or not, but I went through 3 different technicians, and they still weren't able to fix it. Well, because I'm not going to be doing any writing, at least not on my computer for the next couple days, this is probably where I'm going to wrap up this video. Thank you so much for watching until this point. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it if you could give it a big thumbs up. That really supports my channel by telling YouTube algorithm, the good old YouTube algorithm, that you liked my video and that somebody else might too. That's one of the best ways to help out my channel other than watching my videos all the way through and subscribing. So thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.